Guardian Angel, an Angelica Dale mystery.
Chapter 5. The Filmore Police Department was not a foreign place to Angel. Besides being an ex-cop, she had been there plenty of times in the course of her job as a private detective. This time it was a little different, for she never worked cases that were open, so she knew her questions may not be welcome. Approaching reception, Angel smiled at the dispatcher and handed him her card. "Sergeant, I was wondering if I could speak to the detective in charge of the investigation into the assault at Sinclair Academy." From the smirk on his face, Angel knew she was probably in for it.
Yeah, I'll see if he's available.
Using the radio, the sergeant requested a Detective Roland to reception for a visitor. Detective Christopher Roland walked slowly down the hallway with a notepad and pen in his hand. His stride oozed confidence and authority, which may have to do with job success or his looks. When she brought dates home that were that good-looking, her granny would say, "Well, that's a fine specimen you found there, Angelica." Either way, Detective Roland had an impressive air about him.
Miss Dale?
To his credit, Roland held out his hand with no indication as to his true feelings of her presence showing on his face. Angel flashed her best smile. "Please call me Angel," taking his hand. "Is there somewhere we can talk? Do you have time?" "Sure." Roland hesitates, looking around.
Do you mind an interview room? We can have some privacy, but I don't want you to feel like I'm interrogating you.
Angel did mind, but instead replied, "No, an interview room is fine." Roland switched the sign to occupied and motioned to Angel to have a seat.
What can I do for you?
Angel had decided to present the police department with the most non-threatening part of her assignment first. "In light of the assault at the academy, I have been hired by Ella Sinclair, the founder and owner, to revamp the security at the school. I was wondering if you could give me some ideas about how you think the perpetrator entered the campus. It might give me some ideas about where weaknesses lie." Roland gave Angel a thoughtful look and then proceeded to completely call her bluff.
Although I have not had the pleasure of working with you,
Angel noted the exaggeration of the word pleasure.
nothing bad can be said about your skills as an investigator. In fact, I have it on very good authority one of the captains asks you to come back every year.
Roland paused and watched Angel's face, which she had already schooled to show no emotion, and went on.
That being said, I can guess that beefing up school security is not the only thing Mrs. Sinclair asked you to do. I know she has been disappointed with the police response in this case. A lot of people think that the police are not interested in solving crimes because things don't work as quickly as they do on television.
Angel held up her hand. "I explained to Mrs. Sinclair the difficulties that can arise for law enforcement when trying to investigate crimes such as these. But if you knew her, you would know Mrs. Sinclair has not made it to where she is because she has not faced obstacles in her life. Her life has been tough, especially as a young girl, and this has really upset her. I do not have any intention of obstructing your investigation." Roland cut her off with a slight lift of his hand.
No offense, if you don't know what line my investigation is taking, then you won't know whether or not you are obstructing it.
"No offense taken." Angel sighed, looking at Roland. Somehow Angel thought if you got on this guy's bad side, his temper was beyond fierce. "I usually work alone, so sharing information is never a consideration. But I will tell you that I have hired a chief of security who is making some changes to the campus. We are communicating with staff and have sent out letters to the parents, encouraging them to be vigilant in implementing personal security measures for their children and to cooperate with the police investigation, including any requests made by the department. I will be speaking with Violet and her parents to find out if there is anything I can do on that front. And if I learn anything, I will be happy to provide you with that information." Angel couldn't decide if Detective Roland was interested in sharing information and decided to test the waters. "Have there been similar attacks in the area?" Roland's penetrating stare looked as if he was seeing right through Angel, who gave another winning smile back.
I'll be right back.
Angel looked around the interview room and spotted the camera in the corner. The single table and 2 chairs were placed to provide anyone in the viewing room an unobstructed view of the suspect's face and body language, but only if they were occupying the chair Detective Roland had just vacated. What a gentleman, Angel smirked. Roland returned to the room carrying an envelope and placed it in front of Angel.
No, there have not been any other similar attacks in the area. Here's a copy of the police report. By the way, Violet only has a mother, Brandy Smith. She is a single mother who lives on the east side of town. Her address and contact numbers are on the police report. The captain said you could have the pictures of the crime scene photos, but that's probably because they don't show anything. His card and my card are also in the envelope. If you find anything out, please use them.
Thanks. I appreciate your help. And you'll let me know if I step on any toes?
Oh, you can count on it.
Angel shook Roland's hand and exited the room. As he escorted her to the front desk, she noticed several officers stop to stare. She wasn't conceited, but she knew some men found her attractive. Roland, though, was not impressed. He was more likely to return to the squad room and describe her as some private detective. She smiled at the onlookers, thanked Roland again, and exited the police department.